Welcome back everyone to Cossacks 3. We are playing as Scotland and we are fighting against England. We so far are quite in the lead. If you look point wise, we have like 4 times their points. But that most likely has to do with me being having an English civilization as well. You remember in the very beginning I was able to capture a couple of English peasants, and now I have 233 of them. So I'm building quite the English civilization as well within my Scottish one. And that was really crucial for me, otherwise I don't think I would have a chance against England late game, because Scotland doesn't get 18th century, So that was really important for me, in order to get the upgrade so I can see the full map, but also to be able to get up to the 18th century, to get all the 18th century cavalry and infantry, which are so strong. And now I have almost 400 of the 18th century infantry from my English civilization. So if you look up, I have 2,560 in my civilization. I wouldn't be surprised if like half of that is British. Not really half of that, but a lot of them are English. Currently though, I'm just using my English population to get more economy, but also to just keep throwing bodies on the AI. But if you look at this is also English, so I have like 250 of British 18th century cavalry, and no joke, this will be enough to wipe out their whole base. Like, yeah, not even 200 horses would be enough, I think, to wipe out their whole base, because these are so strong. And if I don't see how any of their infantry or cavalry could stand against me. The Siege Cossacks from the mercenary from the diplomatic center are super weak. Their hussars are quite weak as well. But if you look at the health, the Siege Cossacks has 150, the hussars 230. So they do have quite a lot more. The pikemen only 90. But these little bastards are the ones that are gonna do the most damage to me and my troops. The artillery. And I also have my Scottish superhero down here, who soul-handedly defended this base when there was only a mine and a town hall and like 5 peasants, and he defended it all by himself, killing 3 Siege Cossacks and surviving with only 2 health points left. So this one has gotten hero status right now. I have a bunch of raiders defending him. I have priests steal him up. He has his own little housing right here. He's living the good life. He's retired. He's not gonna see any more battles. Hopefully. Oh no, that was not what I meant to do. Oh no. But instead we're gonna build a 4th 18th century barrack right here. So the production of 18th century troops will be ginormous. We'll get so much 18th century troops out of this southwestern base. Oh, and these soldiers are going straight to the north. I'll actually want them down here. Okay, I know what happened, because I pressed Ctrl Z to select all of my English stables, and this one is down here. I thought I only produced 18th century infantry down here, but okay, I do cavalry as well, it seems. That's okay. I will start having some cavalry down here, and I will probably send most of the cavalry to defend my Scottish hero, my William Wallace. And if you look at the armies, I mean, these are 18th century Highlanders. They are crazy strong. Since they don't have bayonets, they are so much more effective with their shooting damage. So that's gonna be difficult, of course. Still mercenaries from the dragoons though, so I'm not too scared about that, especially since I have a crazy big army of 18th century infantry. I will be making some formations out of these troops, so they're not just standing around like peasants. But first I need that barrack to be fully built so I can get more housing space. And there we go. But at 64 idle peasants somewhere? 64? Now 47? Okay. Oh yeah, I remember I built a bunch of towers for defensive purposes. So that's what I use these guys for. Now I'm gonna have them chop wood. And then I'm gonna send them to the mines eventually when I need that. And now I'm also gonna start building. Oh, look at that! I did have an option to get the Montgolfier for Scotland. Fascinating. That's something I didn't know. Look at that. The Highlanders are kicking ass against my 17th century musketeers, but we are way too many for them. Way too many. I am, however, a bit nervous about the Hussars, because they are really fast, and my musketeers don't have any arms to arms, any hand to hand combat options. So of course, that's always a bit awkward. We're gonna make 2 formations of these awesome infantry, one of grenadiers and one of musketeers. Musketeers are also crazy strong. They also have bayonets though. If you look at the damage from bayonets, they are not as good as the grenadiers, but they are really good. They have a longer range, I guess. And the grenadiers also have better defense. Well, the English grenadiers are really strong. That's good for me, because I have a couple hundred of them. And wow, my raiders got into their base and they are wreaking havoc. But I do not like that their main army is coming towards this base. I do not like that at all. I will be sending 200 pikemen to their death, because I do not want any more 17th century British pikemen. I want them to be maybe 18th century cavalry or something like that instead. We have 226 peasants in the gold mines. That is crazy, and you can see how fast it's piling up. But I'm also gonna lose a lot of it by doing upgrades. But that will be necessary, because that will make me stronger. My soldiers, as well as my productions and my buildings. The only ones I won't upgrade are basically medical science and artillery repair shops, because it's easier to just let your troops die and replenish them than to upgrade these. I don't even know if it works sufficiently. They have their fast cavalry coming at us, but we have the raiders. The Oakland Raiders. This place is not as well defended as I would have wanted it to be though. So I'm gonna make 2 squads, one of grenadiers and one of musketeers, and I will send them up to defend the hero. And I will place them in behind the walls, so they will be able to shoot through the palisade. Wow, the pikemen are really in a pickle right now, though. I'm not too worried. Oh, wow, maybe even their hussars. No, it seems like my pikemen are defeating their hussars. But they're gonna lose against artillery and pikemen and priests and dragoons and highlanders and all of the other stuff. Yeah, but the hussars are no match against these guys. Let's see though, if I set these guys up here, I'm gonna pit them against this army. Or they are way too slow and I will need to put some Scottish troops against them instead. Let's send 200 of the sword clansmen their way to see what that will do. It's crazy that my English outpost or whatever is basically better defended than my capital, than my main. They are going so hard on the fast cavalry though. They are so going for that one. That's good for me, I guess, because if these guys were cuirassiers instead of hussars, I would not be having a good time. Now we can build another 18th century barracks. Wow, we are racking it up right here with 18th century barracks. But of course we need more living space as well. And they are starting to muzzle down kill my riders, and I do not like that at all. This group has 14 kills. That's quite impressive. But there we have our raiders killing their hussars easily. And it seems like they're even making... Oh, look at that! This squad is racking up kills like crazy. They annihilated that entire army. And they have 77 troops. Are currently having 189 kills. That's quite a stat. That's quite a stat. I'll send them straight for this one as well. Unfortunately, killing experience like this doesn't give them any points or doesn't give them any points really when it comes to their strength, but rather it's just cool. And we are going up to 200. We didn't lose. We lost like 5 of them right there. Now we lost a lot more of them though. But the squad is up to 260 kills. And basically all of them have like 3, 4, 5 kills in between them. That's of course super cool. But now we need to defend this base, because they have been able to dodge us quite a long time. And I do not like that at all. building another castle to create some more fast boys. I'm also gonna poop out yet another town hall. Really good. This is going quite well. And if we look down here, we are getting pummeled by these guys. Most likely it's the artillery, but wow. But I will be coming at them from two sides. And now my super epic squad of raiders is coming down to join the party. And they are almost up to 300 kills as a group. They are fewer now than they were before, but they are up into 331 kills. This is such a deadly unit. Unfortunately, 2 of them died to artillery fire though. That's really sad. But we were able to capture some of their artillery. We're gonna send those 4 cannons up to join these 4. I don't build any cannons of my own. I only built this one, the frame gun. That's the only weapon that I've built in the artillery depot for Scotland. Otherwise, it's all English artillery. We got another castle here as well. I mean, the amount of Scottish troops we can create out of this one is crazy. It goes quite fast as well to produce them. So look at how many bow clansmen we have. Basically just bow and arrow. But I will send them up to the very north to see if they can push down south and attack them from that side. And this squad is super impressive. I'm actually gonna try to heal these guys. I'm gonna stand them right here, see if they have good enough reach. And there we have this guy's little private army in here. We have 72 guys, 36 grenadiers, 36 musketeers, and then a couple of raiders to help them out. Because of course I wouldn't want that guy to die. I mean, thanks to him, we have all of this down here. If he hadn't stood his ground, they would have captured this with their Cossacks, and this base would have been gone, basically. But no, he stood his ground, and that gives him hero status in my book. Sending another army of swordsmen to the very east. Hopefully, they'll be able to track down these guys at the same time. These priests have a lot to do with all their healing powers. There we go. Let them heal up a little bit. This is so cool. And I'm so happy for that pikeman, for that Covenantier pikeman. That he was able to retire, lick his wounds, or rather have priests lick his wounds. Sounds weird, but hey. Oh, look at that. We have another 17th century barracks, so we can get even more soldiers. That's good. That is good. And our shield boys are fully upgraded right now. So you can see they made quite short work of that squad. I mean, sending 9 cavalry to an army of 200 clansmen. I mean, or even more, just that they're a bit scattered right now. I cannot imagine that they feel very good about seeing like this coming after them. And this coming from the front. Yeah. Not a good day for their hussars. Choosing all of my sword clansmen, and I'm gonna gather them up here because I want to see if they can do anything against this one. And I'm pretty sure they might actually win it. It all depends on the hits that we're gonna get from their artillery, basically. But they seem to be less and less keen on going on this base, but rather always aiming for the southern base. But they are too slow. My troops are way too fast for them with sword clansmen. I'm always gonna mix those up. Sword clansmen and bow clansmen and the raiders and everything. They will be outmaneuvered basically everywhere. These bowmen are really slow though. I would have wanted these guys to jog or run or whatever as well, because those are gonna get mowed down by the hussars. This army is so big. 200 dragoons and I guess 200 courtiers as well. This is an army right here. And they did not anticipate to get attacked from the back by raiders. Their Highlanders are dealing quite some damage to us though. The dragoons are still 18th century, but they are still mowing down my raiders. But that's all she wrote regarding that one. Super effective. And soon we have, there we go, a bunch of swords clansmen. Man, I'm always gonna mix that one up. But I will have them running straight through London with their swords. And first of all, we'll send some raiders to mop up. Yeah, how effective are these bowmen actually gonna be? They are hitting. They're not killing anything though. Oh, they managed to kill one of them. That's good. But that was just a decoy group of bow clansmen because 84 of them are attacking straight into a group of Highlanders and dragoons. But hey, at least hopefully they're gonna do some damage, deal some damage to them. Because here comes more raiders. Man, I don't need... Oh, yeah. There they are. 51. Collected kill count of 317. I want to see who has the most kills. 8, 11. Seems to be the most so far. 12, 10, 19. Wow. We have some real beasts in here. But we're mixing it up. Our bowman got massacred right there. But hopefully our swordsman is gonna do a better job. 300 of them. And I will charge them straight into the city. And I have a bunch of musketeers as well. I will be sending them straight for it as well. Now it's time to start to start closing the bag. And this this clip will most likely be the last one for this game, because I don't want to drag it out for too long. You can see that I am quite much in the lead, and our soldiers are very sufficiently upgraded. I do not want British Academy. Oh, another castle. You can never have too many castles. Never, ever, ever, ever. Building some more academies though. Wow, these swordsmen are still alive. And this is going to be the interesting part. See how far they can get inside the base, because these guys are gonna tear us a new one. Oh, so far they're actually doing quite a good job. Look at all the hussars, but also all the sword clansmen that died. And that's the end of that squad of sword clansmen. They almost made it inside the city. Almost. We do have a howitzer doing some good damage though. But most likely that one's gonna get blasted down by the tower. Can I get one more round off? That would be great. There he goes, and there it hits. Dealt no damage whatsoever to the troops, unfortunately. I managed to capture one of those cannons, but these guys are gonna do quite a lot of damage to their city as well. I'm not even gonna send the cavalry because that would be too overpowered, I think. 3 full mines down here. That's a lot of guapa. And we have a bunch of idle peasants that's not up to any good. We'll want them to be put to work as soon as possible as well. Keep upgrading the mines still. You can never have too good mines. We'll send 1 squad of musketeers down. And we're gonna start closing it in with the cavalry as well. I mean, 1 wave and these guys would probably rip through their whole base. But I'll just keep sending troops. Sending all of them. And I have a lot of British musketeers, so I'm gonna send them straight through the base. To start closing up the bag. But the artillery would always do damage. Just look at that, that's insane. Just melting through my lines. If 1 hit landed here, wow. That would be a lot of dead musketeers. I mean, they lost half the army almost before even reaching their adversaries. And I'm also starting to lose count of how many production buildings I have, I guess. But I have 5 castles now, and they're all crapping out soldiers for the cause. But their army was stupid strong. Neither of my armies has been able to punch through so far. But I'll keep using my guys, and I'm gonna send the cuirassiers to wipe these guys up. And the artillery is gonna shred through them, of course, and it's not gonna be a pretty sight, or it will be a really majestic one. Oh my god, all the cannons. They're doing quite well so far. I mean, they are losing troops, but if you look at all the guys that are firing at them, they're not losing nearly as many as they could have. They're not even down half their army yet. Now they're down half. And that's because a couple of cannons went off straight into the lines, but they're gonna beat these guys. Because the breastplate makes them really susceptible to, gives them really good defense to ranged infantry. Now we're capturing all of their cannons. Not all of their cannons, but quite a few of them. We captured 6 of them. That's not bad. That's what I'm saying. I'm not paying for artillery. We have all the dragoons down here, 200 of them. Gonna send these guys over to that mine. These guys over to that one. Not sure that 4 will be enough though, so I'll send 4 more. And these guys are still shopping. They're still shopping. They are so well protected against musket fire. We are down to 15, and they have a collective kill count of 115, but then we lost like half of them, and then we went down a lot on that one. So it's a really well done. Those I really got my money's worth out of these cuirassiers. But then we also have this squad. Musketeers are also just shredding through their base. I'll destroy every building that I capture, so there's no risk of them capturing it back. Look at them, they're just shredding through the whole city. No one's even close to touching them. What the hell? Let's send in the dragoons as well. Let's send in everything except... No, I'm not gonna send in this guy. This is my hero. But I am sending a lot of other stuff though. And if you look at that, the musketeers are just shredding through their whole base. Unfortunately though, they cannot destroy the towers. However, my archers can, just melting down that tower. That's one really good use for the archers, because if you don't have archers, there's not that much infantry that Scotland has that could destroy buildings. I mean, there are artillery of course, and then there are just basically the mercenaries, and they are not very effective. However, these guys just melt down these towers. If you look at that, there's not much left of this once noble city. Which we are burning down to the ground right now. Just a couple of more swipes, and then there won't be anything left of this civilization. Basically, you need to destroy all the buildings that can produce peasants or that holds peasants. Because if they don't have any peasants, have no ability to build more peasants, then they're down. Then they're done for, basically. Takes a lot of arrows to bring down these pikemen. But we are. And the Covenanter pikemen are working hard as well. These bowmen are really taking the brunt of it all right now. They are still trying to rebuild, bless them. It's not enough though. My dragoons are hunting them down. This will always be the difficult part, like making sure everything's mopped up. But we're sending more down. Sending all of our guys down. What buildings can there possibly be left? They must have some mines somewhere, right? I mean, they still have military production buildings. So theoretically, they can still capture peasants from me and rebuild. And that's very theoretically. And they have that one. That must be the reason why they're not surrendering. And they have that one as well. Wow, they are really fast at rebuilding. They must have a lot of money stacked up. I almost thought that I just won, but no, can't be that easy. So I'm gonna sped up my troops and start destroying everything for them. Because they can't produce if they don't have any buildings to produce from. Just keep attacking, keep attacking. Never take your foot off the gas. Unless you want it to be a long and interesting game, of course. Then it's fully acceptable to take your foot off the gas. If you look at their points, they don't have that much to put up against me right now. Most likely they're just spread out with a bunch of their peasants all over the place. So frustrating, this part though. And like, can't you just surrender? But if you look at the red dots, they are everywhere, which means that they have peasants to start rebuilding somewhere. Oh my god, I just killed 95 of their guys. You can go over there. Where do we have? We can destroy that one, we'll destroy that one, burn it all. There we have it. There we have a town hall. Just keep burning. Keep on burning. Victory! Very well done. This video was like 40 minutes long, I guess. But there we have it. Scottish victory over England, and I guess Scotland is free at last, free at last. If you look at the population upgrades, you can look at it right here. And you can see that I really surpassed them when it came to population really quickly. And then I just snowballed on them, basically. And these are the score dynamics. And there we have the troops that we lost. We didn't lose that many troops, actually. But if you look at very hard, they lost a lot of peasants, like 1,000 peasants, 1,700 pikemen, 869 hussars. They lost a lot of troops. Hope you liked the video, and I'll see you in the next one.